What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, and we're back with what is technically folk music, though I think I'm going to put it in the classical reaction playlist, and in that regard, I do apologize to anyone waiting for the end of the Seesaw Carnival of the Animals reaction series. I've been meaning to get back to that. I am lagging. I will try to finish it soon. But yeah, we're going to listen to a piece by Jay Ungar called Ashokan Farewell, originally written for the region. I don't know if it's a valley, but it's like this geographical region where he and others were part of this folk society with his wife, who I think is also a musician. But yeah, the name of the area I think is Ashokan. In any case, it was brought to much wider, indeed international attention in 1990, 8 years later, when Ken Burns used it as one of the main themes, if I think it's actually like the main theme, of his Civil War documentary, which I remember seeing as a kid. Maybe not every minute of every episode, but I certainly saw a number of episodes. Admittedly, when I've heard this over the years from time to time, it does make me want to break into character, like, my dearest Clementine, it has been an age since I have seen you, and I long to feel your embrace once again. Nevertheless, it is a really sweet piece. It does have this folksy, rural vibe to it. It almost has this quasi-Celtic feel. It feels like it could have been based on a Celtic lament, like a Scottish lament or something. So it's just a really memorable tune to me, and it has a lot of nostalgia, not only because it just has a good sound, but because it makes me think of watching that documentary when I was a kid, which, you know, I've become a historian. I think some of those experiences early on, as with that documentary, are at least in their own way partially responsible for my interest as I became an adult in history. Nevertheless, let's listen to the tune by Jay Ungar called Ashokan Farewell, included, as I said, in 1990 as part of the Civil War documentary soundtrack. just feels like sweet rural life in times of placid calm and tranquility. It has a, farmers working in a sun-dappled day in the fields. It has that kind of, common folk, and again, not just common, but like rural common folk. Now, again, it had an overtly Scottish sound to me. I don't know if that's in part because, I have a few, Scottish traditional music CDs, like including a Christmas one, which I reacted to at least a couple tracks from, I remember last holiday period. But yeah, just the particular combination of instruments, and in particular the violin, or I don't know if it's technically a fiddle, but either way, it just had this, like Scottish lament type of sound. And yeah, as I said, it's both, I think, sweet sounding, and for me, it'll be forever nostalgic, because it just makes me think of my youth, and watching a program that made a big impact on me, made me interested in history, or, furthered or continued an already extant interest in history. In any case, I'll stop babbling, but shout out to Jay Ungar, just a really sweet tune. Shout out to Ken Burns for, a few years later hearing it, like, you know what, I'm going to use that, because I think it really adds to the atmosphere of the show. In any case, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.
Peace.